Hello, everyone. A very good evening to you all. My name's Arlene, and I'm your host for today's session. I hope you've been having a great day so far and are now excited and ready for the brand new informative session of the Masterclass series organized by the Institute of Product Leadership. Okay? Before we begin today's insightful session, I'd like to give you all a quick introduction to the Institute. The Institute of Product Leadership is Asia's first business school providing accredited degree programs and certification courses in product management, product leadership, data science, design, strategy, and leadership. The Institute has partnered with multiple universities and was founded in 2012 with the singular mission of creating 10,000 product leaders in the country. Ever since, the organization has designed and delivered programs in collaboration with various institutes, universities, and corporates to the senior working professionals to help them make career transitions into product leadership. The Institute has also built and developed a community of over 3,700 plus successful alumni leading the data, product, and design teams across the world. We're also knowledge partners for 250 plus organizations worldwide. You can find out more about the Institute and the programs offered on our website. You can find the link to the website in the chat window, right? Today's session is on customer-centric brand strategies for sustainable growth. Once our speaker for today presents her insights, we'll open up for questions. You can post your questions on Zoom in the Q&A window. This session is also being streamed live on LinkedIn. So viewers on LinkedIn, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section and I will share them with our speaker. Don't miss out on this opportunity, guys. Engage with our esteemed speaker with some good and intriguing questions. Uh, okay, then, let's kickstart this session by welcoming and introducing today's speaker, Ms. Sudiptaa Paul Choudhury. Sudiptaa is the co-founder and chief marketing and growth officer at Shorter Loop, which is a leading SaaS and design thinking platform loved by over 1,000 product owners. With over 20 years of global experience and numerous accolades, including Women of Substance and Top 250 Global Marketers 2023, Sudiptaa is a powerhouse in SaaS, tech, fintech, and beyond. She's contributed to Harvard Business School research and mentored over 10,000 students and professionals worldwide. We're so pleased to have you join us today, Sudiptaa. A very warm welcome to you.
Thank you so much, Arlene. Thanks, everyone, for having me. And I'm excited to talk about this very close topic of my heart, which is customer-centric brand strategies for sustainable growth. I'll just get started. Give me a minute. Can all of you see my slides?
Yeah, your screen's visible, Sudiptaa.
Awesome. Okay. So, I would really like to have this interactive, as Harleen said. So, feel free to ask me questions during the Q&A session. But yeah, if you have any question during the slides that I will go through it, please put it on the chat box. And yes, let's get started. I will not really repeat that, yes, but I believe that I have been quite blessed and fortunate working with many Fortune 500 brands and also medium-sized brand. And currently, I'm working with Shorter Loop as the one of the co-founders, but also the chief marketing and the growth officer. And just to tell you a little bit more about me, yes, I had worked with various companies, starting from SaaS tech, fintech, telecom, like Intuit is one of the fintech platform, Tally as well. Ericsson is more into telco and also into IT. Oracle has been into hardware and then database, then software. They have all the different types of software, and then now they are also moving into few of the other AI related stuff. HP, you already know. HP has all the hardware and the software division both. EMC and the OpenLM. So EMC has been acquired by Dell now. I had done my BE in computer science engineering from VTU, and also did my MBA from IIM Calcutta. And I had been always believed that, like giving back to the society. So I always try to look forward to those avenues where, I can share my expertise and the skills, helping and shaping the teams of tomorrow, our nations, our youth. So I have touched lives of 10,000 students and the professionals. I had been in various speaking engagements working with UK, Edinburgh University, North America, Customer Centricity Awards, Economic Times, Times of India, CRM Academy of Asia, many consulting organizations and different colleges like Amity and NMIMS. And yes, my preferably, or if you say I'm a product marketer at heart, and I'm a solid market researcher. That's my core skills. But at the same time, when you do the product marketing, you also need to say the storytelling, and also able to understand what is your customer, where do they stay, what do they like, and things like that. So product marketing, customer orientation, or if you say customer success, yes, these are my key things. I am also a very solid practitioners of digital marketing. And yes, I also teach digital marketing in some of the institutes, and also some of the marketing leadership topics. I'm also a brand consultant and brand advocate. Other than my professional experience, I also believe in giving back to the society. So I am a pro in DEI, and also have been working actively with various NGOs. The different NGOs that is there across India and also the outside world, outside of India. So yeah, moving to this now, our topic. Before I go there, a little bit of Shorter Loop. Shorter Loop is a unified product management platform powered by AI, Agile, and SaaS. And we work with right from the scale-ups, enterprises, and also for the startups to help them providing end-to-end a product management platform that helps you to ideate, learn, plan, build, and launch, and also after that measure and continuously learn. It's designed by continuous discovery as well as agile, and of course AI is also helping to understand the market research, few of the areas, boost the productivity and so on. Our main forte is we help any product teams across the organization of any sizes to make product launch faster by reducing 80% of the cycle time, and also reducing the product market risk by 53%. We have been received various awards. Recent have been the best product management software by TechOne, one of the US product management review marketplaces, if you will. And we are based in US and having our offices in Netherlands and also in India. So yeah, moving to the next one. So in a nutshell, Shorter Loop helps you to discover, which is the research part of it, understanding your product vision, your persona, customer's persona, what are the different types of strategy that would be really helpful for your growth. And also, you run the experiments and validating, gathering the insights, and then you identify your product strategy, identifying your roadmap, your business models, financial models, based on all the research and the insights you have acquired in the experimentation. And then you build the product and deliver it in the market. And after that, you see how the product is doing in the market with the help of all the metrics, putting it in one place. So it also helps by having all the product management tools, the modules are in one platform, therefore saving 50% of the overall cost on the overall product management. So yeah, moving now to our session. We would be talking firstly about what is a brand and the core concepts of the branding, and we will also talk about what is a brand ecosystem and how does customer-centric brand ecosystem mean. What are the growth hacking and the steps that you can learn today and can also implement. I will talk also about few of the resources like books, resources, templates, few of the guidelines. We will do a lot of case studies so that you understand. And of course, you will also get to see some specific case studies from these few markets. But yes, please do ask questions. And I see, is there any questions? Yeah, go ahead, Harleen. Yes, go ahead and run the poll. Yeah, good. So let's get started with our first thing. Do any of you know what is a brand? Any idea, any kind of understanding that you have? Please go ahead and let me know on the chat. Um, what I have done here on the left hand side of the slide, you see that there are lots and lots of brand logos, right? But what exactly is a brand? Even the person currently on this platform, each of you are also a brand, right? It's your personal brand, and you are also representing personally and professionally, yourself and also your organization. So, brand, in a nutshell, it's a kind of a one entity. It's a symbolic entity that helps you to perceive your portfolio. Could be the portfolio, your product, could be the different types of services that you offer to your target audience. And the brand really helps you to stand out with the offering, with the promises, with the avatar, or I would say the persona the brand is currently personifying itself, the message, the verbal identity, the overall architecture. All of these are creating the elements of the brand. So it has a unique identity. And how do we make this identity possible? Of course, by understanding our customers, knowing our stakeholders internally and externally, and also at the same time, understand what is your promise of your product and services. And then you come up with your brand positioning statements and identify who are your competitors, how are they positioning, learn them, and then identify your own niche. So that's about the brand. And as you can see that for McDonald's, you guys can literally say it's a fast food giant, right? Any ages of people today go to McDonald's just to have a quick, burger or let's say, like a coffee. Where if you move to Amazon, we all know it's a reputed marketplace where you can buy things, but also at the same time, it's providing you the cloud services, right? To help you build your own service portfolio. So yeah, it has multiple types of product lines, but all under one brand. So we will now see the next slide that you see. We are talking about the brand architecture, and I just took example of Amazon because it has different types of products, right? So if you happen to from an organization where the organization has different product lines or the service lines, the brand is still the green one on top, and under that it provides all other products and services and the relationship between each of them in a linear hierarchy, as you see, so that all of them still have one single brand message, right? So, for example, P&G, Procter and Gamble, I have taken for example. So, it has different types of products, right? But these are all under the one brand. So, it's one of the famous consumer CPG. We all know, right? It's one of the CPG brand. Similarly, if you see the Google, right? We all know about Google, but Google has multiple products, right? So each has their own identity and the promises, but overall the main brand is Google. So this is what is the brand architecture. And in the previous slide where I was talking about these different elements, this was the brand architecture. That's very important, that when you grow, when you move your product from a 0 to 1, how do you really put that common identity between the different types of product and the services? But at the same time, each of those products and service has their own identical, they have their own branding, they have their own promises and the offering or the competitive advantage. So that's very important, how we really have one single brand but also having multiple product lines. I also show you this particular brand alignment score. Just let me check, is there any questions? Okay, yeah, no question as such, but yeah, feel free to ask questions on the chat. So if you see the brand alignment score that I'm currently showing it is also comprising of these 5 components, right? So one is very important. By knowing your product and the customers and what are their challenges and what are they are really looking for, and filling up that gap. So meaning what is the value proposition that you will be offering, and based on that value proposition you come up with the overall brand architecture, meaning what is the personality, what is the voice, what is the kind of avatar, what is the kind of marketing and the messaging that you will be doing, what is the brand overall the system, the brand book, if I say the brand playbook, which has all the different icons, the typographic, your font and everything that comes your visual identity, right? And how do you use it in your website vis-a-vis in social media? So all of those things come to a very very important part of creating your brand ecosystem, or the not just the brand architecture but the overall brand ecosystem. And the important part, how do you really devise a strategy from the identifying your product and the kind of messaging that your product is offering to the market, being synchronous to that, what is your strategy, or how do you really position your brand? So we will see more into the next slide, where you will see the different brand. Harleen, we can also have another poll if you want. Well, I'm moving to the next one. So here I'm going to show you some of these different things that you can see. For example, for a customer-centric brand, because so far we saw the brand elements, but for a brand ecosystem, and it has to be customer-centric, right? What are the key things that you would require? Definitely the personality. So the personality is like I told you, like for McDonald's, to me, it's like a cool brand, right? For a HubSpot, to me, it's a massive marketing engine of producing content and also the CRM and the marketing automation. Correct. So here, the different personality we have. Now, you think of Google, or you take ChatGPT today, right? What is the brand personality ChatGPT has? It's actually making your job easy. It's giving you the AI superpower of the AI blended with your research or your prompt engineering, anything and everything, being industry agnostic, whether you would like to write a specific email, or you want to go for a travel specific searches, or you are looking for some leadership books and you are looking for some recommendation, or you want to write your the code, or you want to identify some questions, getting prepared for your interviews, or for anything, ed tech, from anything you get. So the personality for ChatGPT, it's giving you, it's a learning platform where you ask question, you get a specific answers. It gives you all the answers in one place, so that way your research time on different search engines gets saved, right? So that's the personality that ChatGPT has. Now, coming to this customer centric brand ecosystem, what's very important is having the knowledge of your customer, and therefore developing the personality, that what kind of, are you a formal person, are you an informal, your voice is very direct, or it is a subtle, or you would be a kind of a educator or a creator, or disruptor. What kind of personality is your brand is, and where your brand will be visible. Today it's a digital world. Along with the digital world, you should also be available offline, right? So if you are a B2C brand, you need to have both offline and also online presence. If you are an app, you need to also have a mobile app as well as your website presence. And of course there will be some direct channels where your brand will be directly available to your consumers. Similarly, other than these two, you also find social media, because this is where the brand awareness, the brand visibility, the overall the brand momentum, or the overall the brand weightage or the score. This is where social media is the most important place where each and every brand, their own channel is there. And then definitely, in order to make that brand successful, to get a better reach and greater scale, you need to have the different ads. For, let's say, you want to do a product launch in Germany, and being a US brand, you really need to understand your Germany customers. And then in that case, you really need to reach out to those different types of customers who are into, let's say, you are really focusing, you are being a travel tech company, you are focusing those millionaires, the budget travelers, the last minute travelers, the super conscious travelers, like the senior citizens, and there are those business travelers, right? So you really need to identify in Germany, where do I get those, what kind of ads I need to give. And then definitely, the different partnerships the brand has to have. So a travel tech company can get a partnership with, let's say, kind of a grocery of where you see your this audience are, right? A kind of a food or in a grocery app kind of a partnership where they can see these things, right? Or could be with a what you call if you are going with an airlines, a partnership with an airline will give them a great value, right? So you need to really think of who are my customer, where are they, what are they really looking for, and then all of these ecosystems, right from your platform, personality, partnership, the kind of marketing channels, your metrics, your North Star metrics, those are very important. And once people buy your brand, how will you provide the service, on what are the channels, and overall, how are you giving unified experience, whether they are coming to your website or in a offline presence, or they are watching you, through a push notification, or they are seeing your ad, they are seeing your webinar on social media, in one of the LinkedIn webinar, let's say. So how do they see you, understand you, feel you? So that is what is very important, and these are all part of your brand ecosystem. I have taken one example of Geo because that's really very important for you to understand. One of a case study, if you see. Yeah, I see, Lucy, you have a question, right? Harlit, shall we take the question at the end, or we will take the question now?
That's completely up to you, Sudipta, however you want to do this.
Okay. So yeah, Lucy, go ahead. Go ahead and ask your question. Did you write your question in the chat? Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and. Okay. So, what role Gen AI plays in brand ecosystem, as there are many changes expected in the field of social media with the hype around Gen AI. As I told you, to do your research, to understand your competitors, what are they offering, what kind of brand they are. Um, all of these can be identified through the Gen AI, right? It will give you those information even when you are writing your copy of your ad, or you are getting the content ideas to identify for this particular customer at this stage of the traditional sales funnel. What are the content they would be interested, and getting the cue or ideas, it will really help you to create or shape up your brand in terms of what kind of content would be really valuable. So I can take different example. I take examples of your writing the copy for a social media expected. When you say that there are many changes expected in the field of social media with the hype around Gen AI, yes, in the social media right now we are doing this webinar, but after some time you will find us in metaverse kind of a platform, right? So in Gen AI with the metaverse, and there are a lot of other webinar platforms where you can identify what are the audience's preferences, which track they are attending, how long they have been there, and therefore getting a predictive analytics through the Gen AI with your AI ML algorithm, that what would be the next step that person or the candidate can take it, right, on your website, on your other channels. So it can all happen. So it's all. I hope I have given you a few examples of that helps. Yeah, so I had, as of now, that's the question, Navin. I hope I answered it, but please feel free to ask. I will just go and talk about Geo. So, what did Geo do? Yeah, do any of you remember what Geo did? Geo came with a very, very cost-effective strategy because they were not one of those top players in the telco. So what they did, they came up with, they gave first 6 months, the free internet to the users, right? And after that, they started charging 10 rupees per month just to acquire the customers. So here the brand is doing first to customer acquisition, because there are a lot of other players who are nowhere providing that kind of cost. And that way, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 customers can easily be Geo customers, and they get a enough pan India customer base. Then the second thing, what they are having this pan India unified license. So under their license, they came up with different types of digital services. Like, if you know, they came up with Geo 4G. That time when 2016, or when I remember that was the time the Geo came, and they were giving 3G, 3G, and then they came up with 4G. And then through other digital services, they came up with JioSaavn, the song platform, the Geo TV, the Geo Money, Geo Mart. Geo Life, and the lots. And you think Geo in every segment, every industry, Geo is there. So then they diversified and they proliferated their business in each and every industry, having the same customers, because the customer not just having a need for a mobile phone, the customer is also going and purchasing things from malls. Customer is also on the app on the grocery. Customer is also looking for good deals when they are going abroad. What kind of customer is continuously watching on mobile the different sagas and different web series and things like that on the laptop. So on all the places, how do I tap my same customer segments by giving different types of offering so that Geo becomes one unified brand? I hope I made myself clear, and this is where exactly the brand ecosystem is coming to the thing, that how do I really pursue Geo? I see it's like a one brand that's serving each and every industry. It's serving all your needs wherever you go. And they used all of these channels so beautifully, giving the same unified experience, that today Geo is one of those uh, top competitors if it comes to your, not just in telco, but also in the other segments, as you see. Moving to my next slide. Okay, so I was talking about this brand ecosystem little bit more so that you understand. On the left hand side, I have told you these are the avatar, or these are the personas, right? If you see, look at Apple. We all know Apple is a creator. Every time they come up with their new Apple phone, and they have Apple iTunes, they have the Apple Watch. It's saving so many people's lives. So Apple is a really a creator. Now look at IKEA. IKEA is, if you know the current IKEA experience, IKEA is a Swedish brand, but then they came to India. They I studied Indian customers so very well, and they really wanted to give a unique experience over food. Indulge yourself over food. They created this big food chain within IKEA where you go order, and then you become so full. When you are full on your tummy, you actually end up buying more. They identified these insights about their customer, because there is no going back home and cook things, or they need not to pack things. They just be there the whole day, and they just do a very good shopping experience, and they can just spend time with their family. It's a really a day out in IKEA, if I say. So think, how did IKEA get this experience? They identified the customer segments so very well. They understood and they watched them in every. They did a lot of interviews with the customers, and based on that, they came up with their overall persona. So I have just taken a kind of a persona. If you have to create on a brand ecosystem, let's say creator. So what is a creator? You need to really write a kind of a brief that this is the creator's goal. This is the way creator would like to touch the life of the customers. Being a creator, they are an innovator, but they also express themselves in a very different way. What is their goal? What is the strategy? What is the message? What are the traits, the brand personalities or the attributes? And what are the kind of fears that they really want to kind of remove in the customer's life? And what are the different brands that not just Apple, but you also find Adobe, and you also find Lego, and all other brands that are coming under the creator. So I hope this helps. Now I'm moving to the growth hacking stages. The On the right hand side, you see this four small representation. So the first stage is learn, second stage is ideate, third stage is prioritize and execute, and then fourth stage is optimize. And I'll talk in detail about each of this. So the first thing is, why growth hacking? The very important part is, a growth hacking to a company means, at a minimum cost, you get maximum or exponential growth of the company. And this definitely requires a very solid understanding of your customers. Lot of experiments you have to do, hard work plus smart work. It's not just one man army, not just a marketing job, but it's a product marketeer, a product team, designer, UI UX designer, developer, and the leadership, the overall vision, that what would be the right experiment that will flourish. And growth hacking doesn't work on only one channel. It's a combination of 3 4 channels or even more than that, and the data that you get from these experiments gives you the insights to identify or shape up your strategy. So that's the key thing about the growth hacking. Now in the learn stage, we will see in the next slide. Before that, as I said, that why it is so important, as you know, that it's giving you most cost effective way to reaching out or scaling your brand, but also penetrating as many as customers as possible, giving you a competitive advantage by innovating and disrupting a totally new strategy that your competitor had not thought of. What could be that strategy? Could be one of these: your competitor is not in this market and you enter that market first time, right? The ANSOP metrics, right? The new market, new customer, where actually it is not that easily accessible to your customer or a competitor. So in you see that as a big competitive advantage for you to go. So let's say I go to Iceland and I identify the people. I see it's a damn expensive country because there is no local produce. Only the salt that gets produced and few of the mask that's come from the salt. So you think of coming up with a food chain that is easily sustainable given the seafood that is easily available in Iceland, and of course, the few other things that is easily available. And you created that. No one could have thought of it. That becomes a very growth hacking strategy for a food kind of a brand who wants to expand their market, getting new customer. I just gave you an example. Now, what's also very important and being sustainable, which is one of the important part of our masterclass today. How do you be sustainable? If you think many of the companies, they have been a predominantly non-cloud company, but now they are moving into a cloud, moving into app and things. Take example of Nike. So Nike has been always, it's a shoe, they always give the kudos to the hero. Serena Williams, the different other influencers, celebrities have been there, part of it. They never talk about the product. They always talk about the utility. They engage themselves with the different emotions of the audience, or they're showing the real life moments, celebration moments of, the different, using different influencer, right? So, but Nike has come up with different Nike running club, Nike app. Nike has been sustainable. They are using, they're creating shoes from the seaweeds, sea plastics, right? So you need to also be sustainable, need to think about different changes in the technology and the market and in the consumer aspirations, and how you still kind of get the limelight in the heart of your consumer by doing that different types of innovation, being customer centric, identifying those results that you are doing on so many other channels, and identifying also the resource optimization, where you have a very limited resource, how you can do more with the less using AI, using the people who had already have those influencers have a big subscribers, big followers. So tapping them, you already get their customers also, right? Partners, again, another best way of tapping them, right? So you do market penetration, you also do sustainable, you become relevant over time, over years. So that's why it's important that growth hacking is very important, because it gives us all these benefits. Now, if I go to the learn, the first stage of growth hacking, you will see it is very important. It's not a rocket science. You really need to know your market. You really need to know your customers. I have given some tools, examples like Google Analytics and the CRM. You can use different CRM tools. The Google Analytics, there is Hotjar, and then there are, Optimizely, and that there are different things. There is a Google Search Console, and you also get different other keywords tool. You can actually see that what your customers' interest areas are, what kind of demographics, which countries they are coming from, what are the affinity, what kind of cohorts they are building. So that way you get to hear the customers who are coming to your website, your social media. You get LinkedIn Analytics, Twitter Analytics. You have other tools, as I told you, Hotjar. It actually does the record of the session of the user, what they are doing, which page they are going, where they got, frustrated, where they are, stopped searching and they bouncing back. So you really need to understand and segment your customer, segment your market by knowing this, plus doing a customer interviews. which any, if you guys are from product management or product leaders who have been also joining, or if there are product marketer or the designer do need to understand, because there is a conceptual study before you create a app, or before you create a digital product. You really need to understand, or any designer of any kind of hardware which is non-digital, not software based. You really need to understand that what your customers want, like a Saint Gobain, for example, right? So what kind of glass, and they are also getting into the net zero, so the sustainability. So you really need to understand your market, do the interviews, gather those insights, pain points, document and analyze, and then based on that, you now got your key insights. You now know that what kind of strategies may help. So if I go to the next slide, this is where you ideate, taking the information from the learn stage. You brainstorm you first brainstorm yourself, or you can do it in a group. The key thing is you have limited resource, but here the ideation and the number of ideas that you get, it should have impact with your business objectives, company's objectives, and the customer centricity that is in mind. And you will pick up only those ideas which is having highest impact, and it has a minimum to moderate resource engagement, and it has a faster time to market, and that is the way you also fulfill your business objectives. And short term, mid term, and the long term, you can put your ideas in those buckets and identify the business objectives and which customer segments this will really help. And then based on that, you can do a prioritization of the ideas. So I have taken one example, through brainstorming, and of course through influencer, or doing a kind of a events, right? A kind of a ideation event, or a little bit, I'm not sure whether you guys know, Canva did a redesign events, and they asked all the users of Canva to come and show their design, right? It's like a user generated content, but at the same time they also used Canva to make something really innovative. So you can create of some kind of an online event or offline event, which is really, but you pull the mass, and this is one of your idea that can also be a growth hacking. It can get better scale, touch a lot of countries and the things like that. So that's about it. Now let's move to the third one, which is the prioritize and the execute. In the prioritize and the execute, what you really do is you really need to identify. You cannot do all the ideas, so take the short-term ideas which is the highest, the biggest, or highest or biggest your business objectives, and that is also identifying the overall revenue and the customer centricity, knowing the biggest pain point of the customer that you are solving, and you prioritize and you do a control setup, which we call as an experiment. You do multiple experiments, because growth hacking requires multiple experiments running on multiple channels to understand which channel is working and what kind of data or insights that I'm gathering. So for example, I've taken one example here, like you are doing an email campaign, let's say, to your competitors' customers, and you can do a A/B testing on the overall email design, the subject line, the timing of the email, what time you are sending, how are you personalizing that email? Are you putting a kind of a head of marketing who is sending the email, or it is like a one of the customer success rep is sending the email? And you can see two A/B experiments and see that where you are getting the insight. And I have also taken another example just to show it's an A/B experiments of your two different websites. So which website will you build? You can create a website which is a very sleek and less number of pages, but very intact. It's very closely written, very clearly articulated. Whereas the another website which is very big, a lot of pages, but the content is not really aligning with the overall page objective or the audience what they are really looking for, as per the different funnel stages. And when you did the experiments, you saw that one of them are winner, right? So let's say this is the winner, and here this is the winner. So these experiments really help you that, okay, let's go for this viral campaign or this growth hacking campaign. And based on the continuous A/B testing that you are doing, and you are optimizing the results from the first 10 days or 14 days, sometimes it could be just done with the 7 days based on the number of insights you get from the number of audience. So that's very important. As I told you, growth hacking, it's not a one woman or one man job. It's a job of cumulative team members. That's product manager, data analytics, marketer, designer, and the developer. And if I go to the last stage, now that you have done the experiment, you have done a small pilot in your current market, or let's say in 2 or 3 small market, you now want to scale that bigger in all other market, and you see how it is go. So that's about the scale up. And you use one system where you get all the data. You can actually do the crunching and the churning out, slicing, dicing, identify the insights across country, across the timing, across the topic, all those insights of the customers. If you can talk about 10 minutes about your customer, I would definitely say you are a great product manager, also a product marketer, and a growth hacker. Today, I am not sure how many of us can talk 10 minutes that who is your customer, and talk about 10 minutes about their aspiration, pain point, challenges, what are they doing, things. If you know that very well, just next to your, someone just standing next to you, or just like you're one of your family members, you have nailed it. And optimization is the key. Continuously check your metrics and optimize. So that's the last stage of your growth hacking. Some of the resources, if you really want to take it, I would say that I personally have used it. I'm still using it, and I really found it very well. And it actually helps my work really easy, and for my team as well, both global, local, wherever you are. I told you already few of the tools. Few of the tools are also free, like Microsoft Clarity, Microsoft Designer. You put a prompt, right prompt, and it gives you nice images, maybe a blog banner, some of the images like Mid Journey, if you are using it, or Google Analytics. You already know the tag manager that actually tells you number of clicks happen. And in your Google Analytics, you actually can see the audience journey all the way to entering your website to conversion, or the stage where the pages, the main landing pages where you are actually looking for conversion. Conversion could be for a SaaS product, a B2B product, could be, like a free trial or sign up for a schedule a demo. For a travel tech company, they book it a kind of a specific plan. For a HubSpot, they download those CRM. Maybe they come and they look for any automation tool, or they buy or download the white papers or on-demand event that they are watching. So all these tools really help you. Intercom really helps you in creating that user experiences. Drift, it's a chat tool. Canva, I already know. FOMO is a tool which actually creates that, okay, if you go to booking.com, or a few of the other which I have seen, it shows that, okay, right now there are 4 more rooms available, and 300 people currently on the website on this page who are also booking these hotels. So it gives you that, oh my God, there are only 4 rooms that is available on this hotel. Why not I book it, right? So that is a FOMO thing. It creates that FOMO thing. And then, of course, Shorter Loop, our company also has this platform where you can actually manage all your experiments, and you run the experiments, and you also manage the metrics. I am also showing this clarity kind of a screen where you can see where are your users coming from, what kind of, the rage click means they are really angry, where they are really satisfied, if they are coming from mobile. And these are all recorded, so you can play the recording and see it. And this is, again, it's an experiment. It's a Kanban board of the experiments, where you can see how many experiments you are running, how many are in progress, how many are in review, and the completed stage. So here is another one. I use it, and I thought of giving it to you guys. It's a growth marketing canvas that you can use it. It's a typical customer journey, your potential customer journey. So right from awareness stage to acquisition, activation, retention, revenue, and referral. What are the channels? Very important. Knowing at awareness what it is absolutely important, and what are the metrics that is required at that stage. That would be really important. But before that, you need to be very sure who are your target audience, what are those segments, which countries they are from, what are their behavior, other than they coming to your website, which are the other sites they go understand, and all of those things. What is the value proposition that your company can offer to them, and what is the absolutely 1 or 2 metrics that you really want to take it up to start with your growth hacking. So for example, if you are a SaaS app, or just a SaaS, your monthly or weekly active users could be the important one, or it could be the number of demos you are getting, right, or number of signups that you are getting, right? So that is absolutely, take 1 or 2 metrics, not more than that, but lay out your entire journey. identify the channels, identify the metrics, and then give it a show. But you have to up to date it every day. You come and see what is working, what is not working. Sometimes some of these channels can move from here and there to here. So it is based on your growth hacking. Once you start it, you will know it. Okay. Some of the books I will personally recommend to all of you to read it. Definitely, you guys will be knowing what is marketing, but lean marketing, when you have list the budget and you have to do lot that you have to accomplish, right? Or how do you really want to understand the hacking growth formulas? These are all available on Amazon and also in few other channels. You can just go, and I have my Kindle where I have downloaded everything from Amazon. And growth hacker marketing, this is another one. So please do read, you will gather a lot of information. I do see there is another. Could you walk through with a use case with tools to use at this fourth stage? Yes, I will talk about this, Subramaniam. When I'm talking about the case study, I have a few case study. I will talk about these 4 stages, and I will tell you what each tool does what, right? So yeah, please be with me until the time I come there. Okay, and if I forget to answer your question, do remind me at that time. Okay, so moving on to the next one. So now I'm talking about these growth hacking strategies. So the first strategy is this is the SEO. Now, how many of you are knowing what is SEO? There is also, yeah, thanks, Subramanian. Okay, how many of you, can you raise your hand that how many of you know SEO? What is it? So, very good, Navid. Okay, you raised your hand. Who else? Who knows it? I see a lot of people right now. So why don't you guys just say how many of you raise? Can you raise your hand? Okay, no, never mind. I know you might be feeling shy or don't want to answer me right now, but that's all right as long as you know it. So SEO is a search engine optimization. What it means is when you have a product or a company, how easily it is searchable. When your customer or your potential customer is typing something on this search engine and they are trying to get a result, in that search result, your company or results also shows. So that is nothing but SEO. Now, I am sure that you might be using more than one search engine. Google definitely the number one, but then you might be using Bing, you might be using different other engine, right? And because of ChatGPT and other things have been much more easier. You don't really always go there. You may use, other GNAI tools, as I was saying you. But what is very important, I'm talking here, please be follow me minutely what I'm going to say. So when you search, you will find these kind of segments, right? That when I put something like this, build my own PC, it's asking me what kind of PC you need. Is the PC on sale, or you are a budget kind of a customer? Are you going to use your PC for gaming, or is it a Intel kind of a thing? What kind of color you want in your PC? Other than gaming, is it a typically computer games you are preferring? What is it? It gave me lot of segments, and these are nothing but called search modifier. And using this, you can select any of this, and based on that, it will throw you the right search results. So when you are studying your customers and you are using this SEM Rush, let's say, or you are using um, Google Search Console, you are using similar web, and there are different other tools to understand what are the Google Search Console I told you. So there you can go, what are the terms, the search terms that people are using to search about you or your brand, right? So you can actually get those ideas and create the content or create a kind of a hook or a lead magnet for this. So let's say if I use build my own PC, and I select that I am looking for under 1,500, I will definitely get results from Amazon, right? Or I will definitely get results from some other low cost website which is selling this kind of, it is not a refurbished, it's a brand new, but they are able to give these things to me, right? So you can identify, and there, so it actually identifies me that I am a budgeted traveler. Whereas if I go for this NVIDIA GPU, of course, this has a high, the resolution, the overall, the G card, the graphics card that they are using. It's actually meant for high resolution gaming and if you are working on designing kind of an environment, you need to see the broader screen so that it doesn't get pixelated, right? So there you use it. So it's very important to understand through SEO, you identify two things. What are the famous search terms? Which are the country-wide different search terms that is working? What are the different content that you can create using these search terms? And if you think of the sales funnel, I showed you the growth marketing canvas, right? The awareness, then acquisition, then adoption, and blah, blah, blah. So at every stage, what kind of content that you can create using this keyword? So that's a first and most sustainable long-term growth hacking strategy. Now, if I go to the next one, let's go to the next one. This is the mapping that content to the buyer journey, which I just talked about. So for example, let's say there is a statistics which I have found it always very useful, that 61% of the people they will buy from only those business where the pages and the content, the website wise, the content are actually matching to their aspiration, the kind of questions or the challenges that they have, and the website or the app or the whichever platform they are, if they are getting into the store, what kind of content they see, and they see, oh, okay, I found my answer, okay, oh, this is very clear to me, okay. So this is the kind of thing that you really need to map the content. So at an awareness stage, what is very important is that you tell them that when a person is coming to buy a PC, they really want to see that who are the top brands. So you can write a content, top 20 brands in PC. You can write top 20 brands in gaming, computer, right? Top 20 brands for high resolution design, right? And here you put your brand and also the other brands. And here you talk about your brand, what is the way it is solving that customer problem, put some frequently asked questions, interlink to the other pages so that it makes sense at an awareness stage. The person who is researching, they get to know, okay, you are there and with you, there are 3 or 4 brands are there. You can put your brand on top 1 or top 2 position and make a create a content. Now, when I'm getting into the shortlisting stage, or I am kind of calling those website and getting that quote and like this is my budget and things like that, you can write content that if you have only $1,000 to spend, what kind of PC will really suit, and it will do more with less, giving a nice catchy content hook, and what is the problem you are solving. And being a budget travel, definitely this is targeting to a budget traveler. So you are actually now the people who are shortlisting you as one of, and the budget traveler is one of your target audience. You can write this and they can actually use this at the when they are researching about you. So our awareness is done. Now the next stage, they are now trying to get code, they are doing their own researching stage. So that time you can write this content, or you can create a video and talk about, hey, I did this and I found these are very important. Like you see, when a new car comes into the market, the car reviews are done. When there is a new gadget comes, there is a review video. Same thing, you can do it here. So think about it, map the content across the buyer journey, right? Now let's get into the next one. Harley, do you have to do a poll quickly? I'm also seeing right now. Could you work through? Okay, yeah, use case with the tools. Yeah, I will tell you that. Okay. So while Harleen is doing this, let me get into the next slide, where I will talk about the next growth strategy, which is the, you saw the number 2, but now I have made a bifurcation 2.1, which is that you saw the content as per the user journey or your audience journey, but also having each page wise specific relevant content. So for example, when you come to homepage, what is very important? The menu should not be more than 4 to 6 main menu, and then there is a horizontal or a kind of a, when you click on a menu, you see the second menu comes up, right? So that is where you can say, okay, this is where product, under product, the second menu that comes up, it tells, okay, these are the products for these industries that I have, or these are the product for startup, scale up, or whatever. These are the product that you have for, let's say, budget customers. You can, for a marketeers, for a product, if you have different segments of your customers, so you can identify that, right? Now, so when I click on that specific page of the product, what is the content that I get? I get to see that the first is my credibility, what the catchy headline, the call to action, and the credibility. Who are the other customers who are using my product? And some case study, and some of the videos to understand how this product is solving the pain point. So this is a page specific content which is SEO optimized. You have identified what are your users are searching, and you have optimized the page and given it. Then you have given some case studies so that it gives more trust and the building the credibility that yes, there are other customers who are using my product, and yes, and this is also suiting my value, suiting my budget, suiting my problem solving thing, everything that I'm really looking for. And then finally, there are some frequently asked questions, and it's taking you to the hook. What is the hook? If I want to book, or if I want to, take the action, because your thing at the end of the day, you want your audience to try, feel, and do. Do is what? Do is either you click and get a demo, or you bought from Mintra, you bought it, right? Or while you are buying it, you saw some specific recommendation and you thought, okay, let me also buy these additional accessories, right? So if I'm thinking of a marketplace kind of an Amazon, I will also have on top the search bar, let the user search, and then have that menu. Then I will show those different products, their snippets, and then I will have today's deal. And then on the right hand side, I'll give this little bit of classification. And when I click on one of those deals or one of that hot product, I also see the people who has bought the product, they have also bought these, right? So that is a personalized recommendation happening with AI, right? It's also telling me that, okay, every time I come and buy, it is actually noticing me. It is also watching me out which are the other channels or the websites I'm going. So my page specific content has to be very sharp. So that is what is a page specific content. And the home content, where you show your main menu, what are 2 or 3 showcasing your product. Your credibility is very important, that Fortune 500 brands are buying from you, or let's say you recently made a case study with one of the brands who actually used your product and moved from 1 million to 3 million revenue, something like that. Okay. So, and then you show the main problem and the benefits, 1 or 2 videos, and watching the video or watching the, view the case study or whatever. And then down you have some other link to interlink to the other pages. Interlinking is very important for a home page. Whereas for a specific page content, the lead magnet or the sales conversion is key. So look at this HubSpot and get response. You will understand that what it means, right? So that is what it is. I would say when your page specific content is making a conversion, it is called content upgrade. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So third one is repurposing content. Now, many of the times we do lot of content generation, but we are not repurposing it. What is repurposing? So let's say you created a blog, or let's say a white paper of product-led growth, right? I'm not sure whether you know what is a product-led growth, but product-led growth is one thing where product is getting all the limelight, and it is not sales-led, it is not marketing-led. The product itself is being sold. The product itself is being recognized. The product itself is creating a brand recall. Okay, because the optimal experience and the value the product gives to us. Now, you created this white paper on product-led growth. In that white paper, you have created some frequently asked questions, some case studies, you have given some worksheets and the templates. Now, so this white paper is on your website. Now you repurpose that white paper content, and on social media, you put one of those worksheets and you give that download the worksheet. So when they download the worksheet, either they can download from your social media, they can submit a LinkedIn form, which is a lead magnet for you. It is giving you the conversion. or it can actually bring the traffic from social media to your website because you are giving the white paper link to learn more. They just downloaded one worksheet, but your white paper has so many other worksheets and the resources. So they go to your website, they also visit. So you get back those people, the traffic from there, and they are also taking the action by downloading the white paper, maybe also putting some question and answer on your chatbot, which is there on your social on the main website. So that is about repurposing the content for social media. Now, you can do also a YouTube video, same on the white paper, where you can bring in one of the guests and saying that what is a product-led growth? What are the top 3 hacking strategies for product-led growth? What are the 3 top techniques you interviewed? And as a piggyback to that interview, you gave free goodies, which is your white paper, and you place the link on the interview, and people come to your website from that YouTube videos or the chat or the comments, and they download the white paper. So that is another repurposing the content. I hope I'm making sense, right? I hope you guys are understanding. So that is what is growth hacking strategies. Now, let me go to the fourth one. We talked about lot of content. We talked about making the content relevant and content upgrade. Right now, I'm talking about content marketing. Creating content is not important. It is also very important, equally important, I would say, to do the marketing of the content. So one is the repurposing we saw, but content marketing can also be done, as I gave you a few examples in my repurposing, but you can also do content marketing by piggybacking with some of the other content creators and say that, hey, I have created this white paper. Could you also talk about my white paper if you think it is really solving the problem? Because the other influencers or other content creator who are there, they are also targeting the similar kind of audience that you are targeting. So why not do a joint marketing with them, doing content marketing with your partners? There is a white paper. You also show the white paper on partner. You created a case study, show it the case study on partner website, right? So it gets multifold. It gets higher scale, higher reach, higher visibility, right? So that's about the content marketing. That is very important. Okay, now let's move on to the Halil, I'm not sure whether you have to run a poll. You can do that now. By the way, guys, can you show me some thumbs up? Because Zoom does give you, if you are so far enjoying, because it looks like I'm talking in monologue, only few questions. But if you guys are enjoying, please do a thumbs up and ask some more questions. Okay, reactions option. Oh, you don't have reactions option. Okay, at least write on the chat. Okay, that good. That yes. So far, are you guys finding it useful? Okay. Okay, Subramanian, thanks. That's nice. What about rest of you, Nabid? Other people, please, guys, talk about it. We also have some LinkedIn visitors. Please talk about it. Okay, so I will move to the next one, the next hacking strategy. It's a third-party platform leveraging. What is a third-party platform? Which is not your website. It is your owned media, or it's not your own media. It is the other media, which is your earned media, right? So, for example, there are some directories, online directories, right? There are some review marketplaces, right? There are some research sites, right? For Reddit, where you can identify, slide share. There are different types. Knowing your audience, where they are, where they go, you can put some more valuable content on this third party platform, and also at the same time you can list your company there, give a website link, and also your sales hook. Let's say sign up for contact sales, ask for a quote, try for free, something you can think of what is suitable for your product and your brand, and accordingly price. But leveraging the third party platform, and some, now you guys asked me that how I can use those 4 growth hacking stages and do this. So in the learn stage, when you are doing the interview and you are also understanding where your audience from, what are their interests, using those tools, and I showed you those tools screenshot, right? You actually also get a list from SEMrush, the list of those local directories and also the global directories. Based, if you put a kind of a prompt, also if in ChatGPT, if you put a prompt that this is my brand, this is my product, and this is the industry that we work. These are my target audience. I would like to sell my product in these countries, in these segments of the audience. Help me list out the number of local directories and also give me the hyperlinks to those directories. ChatGPT or your Gemini Copilot, anybody will give you, but yeah, always don't believe ChatGPT because there are a lot of fake answers. So you really need to, sometimes 70% cases it is right. Yes, research is more or less accurate, I would say, but you please go and check those facts and figures there. And that way you can use SEMrush as I told you. It also gives you some free trial, and you can also do your Google search and you can get those list of directories, and then identify and reach out to those people and say that, hey, I want to list my company. Sometimes it's a monetary, no monetary, sometimes it's a monetary, but it's a list cost. So yeah, that's a growth hacking strategy that you can do. So you are amplifying your reach. Whenever users are searching, you are not the search result Google is showing from your website, but Google is also showing the results from other third party platforms. Okay, so that's very important. Now also another thing here is third party audience. We saw third party platform, which is a directory. Now leverage third party audience. What is third party audience? Now, why should you do all the hard work? You should also leverage the hard work and the smart work of the other smart people, right? So there are a lot of influencers that you will find on social media, on YouTube, and definitely on LinkedIn, Twitter, and you can identify, knowing your audience use, which is the most important social media. You can identify those influencers, and you can look at their post, what they are posting, and based on that, seeing the value, you can provide the valuable comments. Once you keep doing it, they keep noticing you that on every post or some of the selective posts which is of your interest, you are providing comments, you get noticed. Once you get noticed, you also send at the same time the connection request to them. Once you accept it, and then you can send a one-to-one message saying that, hey, I really like your post and I really find value. In fact, these are the things I'm also implementing it. Hats off to the job that you are doing it. This is my product and this is my company. And I was thinking that since we have the common interest, can you also talk about or promote, if you want to try this brand for free, here is a code and that you can use it. And if you really benefited from this, or could you please talk about this, or could you please put it in a LinkedIn post with the sales hook, or when we launch it, could you also wave your hand at the same time talking about this product launch in your LinkedIn page or in your blog or in your something. And of course, this is one way of doing it. You get to increase your network of the right kind of influencer, and also at the same time reach out to those guest bloggers who has a very high network, and it is also ranking in the Google search. When you search, you will find in your product which are the top guest blogger or the guest blogging site. Reach out to them one to one and give them an offer that they cannot really say no. And that's the way they show your brand, they show your website with the link, and that also gives you the traffic. So leverage third party audience of these guest bloggers and also these influencers. Okay, now moving on, referral marketing. That's a very old and tested, trusted and proven strategies. So what you'd really do is, all WhatsApp, right? When WhatsApp started or Facebook started, when you started using Facebook also say that, why not share Facebook with your family and friends, and then you tag some of your friends, and then they also installed Facebook. So same thing happened with WhatsApp, right? When we installed, they always ask that, would you like to talk the WhatsApp to your friends, and then you tag or send this message to 10 other students, and you get a thing free. So WhatsApp used to do and Facebook used to do. So this is a referral marketing. What you typically do is, all your customers or the trial users, you give them an offer that, hey, if you are referring this, you get either a monetary value, could be some Amazon voucher coupon, could be a $20 credit in their the coupon where they can get, or they can get some discount in the training, or they we do a kind of a free interview of hosting them in your channel, podcast channel, maybe one of the speakers. You can do different things, and but it has to be relevant, it has to be meaningful, it has to be something innovative. Not many people have tried it, but Referral marketing, you can blindly do this across any industry. It B2B, B2C doesn't matter. You can do it in across any industry, across any things. Okay. The next one I was talking about is the partnership and the collaboration. The partnership and the collaboration helps because you alone cannot scale, right? A leader cannot scale without their teams, right? Here, the team is internal teams and also the external teams. Who are your external teams? The partners. So here, the partners could be in different geographies. The partner could be at different product stack. So let's say you are providing hardware product, you are providing APIs, you are providing SaaS product, which is web-based, you are also providing a mobile app. Now for you, your partner could be 4 or 5 different types of partners. One partners who are selling all SaaS products. One partner who is a developer or a system integrator who can actually use your product and do it. There could be a partner who are just like you, could be a part of your direct, not a direct competitor, but they are your like a second or adjacent layer of your overall market where you are playing, and you can actually tap them. So come up with a like a creating a combo bundle of, so let's say when MBA students pass out and they look for a job, we can create a job bundle kit where we can create a resume creator app. There can be a chat GPT prompt that they can use to, apply different job as per different JD from different industry. Or you can create a different bundle kit for a, um, let's say big billion, the Amazon's big day comes, right? Or the Flipkart, the big billion days, or I forgot the name, right? So yeah, so what you can do in order to attract those people, because that is the time you get the biggest sale. So those B2C players or those marketplace players, what they can do is they can come up with some similar players. So let's say what you typically do in big billion days, you identified some of your closets, you want to revamp your closets, you want to buy some gadgets. So you can identify those partners and those beauty cosmetic people, or the closet, your clothes, sustainable brand and some organic brands. I know you can come up with all those partners and reach out to those partners and say that, hey, we are launching Big Billion Day. Would you like to offer some great discount on your brands? And they will say yes, because you also want to use that Big Billion Day and come up with the massive sale and the massive revenue, and at the same time get more number of audience, right? So this is where partners help you. So I have taken one example from one of my previous companies where I worked for. So Oracle, when I was in Oracle, so we partnered with Accenture, Cognizant. These are all service or development company. Oracle has a hardcore product, but Accenture is more about, they develop something for their clients. So we came up and we say that, okay, wherever we have a joint customer, we can come up with this particular partnership, which is meant for that customer. So if a customer is trying to buy your product, let's say Oracle Business Intelligence Suite or Oracle Database, and Accenture is also offering some training on how to make that database get installed, and also, how to use business intelligence using Power BI or something. It is a joint partnership offer, and we give, let's say, as a 30% discount. It's a great offer for a customer. They need not to take another training session to buy it from elsewhere, and they get a discounted session from Oracle. So you are providing one more service. Think about Geo. I talked about Geo, right? How they put the digital products in every life and every industry. So the same way I made Geo. Geo was made so important that any and every industry you go, Geo has some or the other products or services to offer. So now I'm talking about the next growth hacking strategies: attend events. Why? Attend events brings you to the similar type of audience. You actually represent your brand. You also represent your own brand. You pitch about your company and the offering. And you also say something not as a sales pitch, but it is more about education and what the value they can get, and book an offline meeting with them to know more about their products and also identify some collaboration opportunities, right? So that is how, and you, while you are doing this offline meeting from these events, you also increase your number of followers. You also get to see a lot of traffic on your website because you just told about your brand website to the other event audience who is attending with you, or the speaker whom you met and whom you personally congratulated, right? So often make sure you have, every weekend there are lots of free events. You can go and just, you can identify what segment, there are different types of events happen. You can just go, and that is the way your brand visibility and also your traffic to your website. And of course, if there is high traffic, there will be the conversion as well. So that will happen. So that's a growth happening, and your business objectives will be eventually met. The next one is your target competition customers and fans. Go to competitor's website and see their case study. Look at who are their customers. Identify what kind of strategy, growth hacking strategy will helpful for those customers. What is the pain point those competitors customers has, or what are the fans, the competitors fans are really liking their post on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. What kind of post they put and like their post, so that you get noticed. And look, study those competitor customers, understand what problem they have, and then tailor your email or outbound strategies, or kind of invite them for a specific event that you are doing, maybe offline, online, and help them learn more about your company. And then they also start, when it is a brand recall that you create, and once they have some problem and they want to switch, they will keep your company on top of their mind. So that is what is very important, so do that. Harleen, feel free to run your poll. I'm just going to the next one. This is the next growth hacking strategy, freemium. I'm sure you all know freemium is a very popular strategy for a SaaS product, any digital product that is on cloud today, any mobile app, any website development, design company, travel, edtech, fintech, health tech, reg tech, insure tech, you take any name, Uber, urban company, all of these. They provide some of them provide free trial, some of them provide free forever plan. And then they also showcase that when someone signs up for a trial, they actually shows during the trial, they do these different email educational series. They also do some push notification, or they send proof points, case studies, and customers interview series, as a part of this email, just to make sure that people understand more value, people know how to use it, how other customers are using this product. So therefore, you know how to use it, and you also gather the feedback from those customers from the trial email series. And then you are also telling that, hey, your trial is approaching to end, and now it will get expired. So 3 or 4 days before when the trial gets expired, you can tell that, okay, this is what you get it in the price plan, and like you, 50% of the trial users buy the price plans, and they use these top 3 features which you don't get it in the free plan. Time to upgrade. And that button, when you put, it brings them inside the product. Is it a web-based product or a mobile app? It brings them inside the product, creates more user engagement within the product, create more actively using of your product. I mean, we say MAU, DAU, daily active user, monthly active user, weekly active user, yearly active users, and so on and so forth. So you can add, if that is your North Star metric, that this is my growth hacking strategy, main objective is I'll improve my weekly active user or daily active users, you should bring them back from the website, from the social media, from the push notification, from LinkedIn, from the webinar, bring them back to your app. That's very important, and tell them the difference between your free trial and the price plans. Okay, so that's your thing. Now moving to the next one. I talked about this earlier, but product-led growth and the sales or market-led growth has a one fundamental difference. That is this one. When you think of the user or the customers or the audience journey, audience comes to your website because they are trying researching, they are inquiring, they are also researching some other brands, and then they did something, they download a white paper, they subscribe from your newsletter, they read your blog, or they put a question, or so these are your marketing qualified leads. But before marketing qualified leads goes to your sales qualified lead, which is SQL, and MQL is a marketing qualified lead. Here is the main difference, that is product experience. The product itself is so superior. The product is moving the needle. You don't have to tell your customer through a sales-led strategy or marketing-led strategy, okay, now here you are, now you get into this stage. Your product will help you bring from inquiry to MQL to product experience. So think about this product, right? Swiggy. I'm sure all of you here might be using Swiggy, right? Please write yes or no, or even say urban company if you have to book something, for your what you call your any beauty or in your spa or whatever, your hair cutting or anything, right? Those kind of things you use urban company. And Blinkit, your last minute app, savior. And anytime middle of the night or tomorrow you have some big event coming, you don't have stickers, markers, papers, you can just order and it just comes, your staplers, everything, it just comes, right? So here it's a product led growth because the product itself is giving a very optimal hatke. It's like a out of the crowd experience, right? You can easily stand out from the crowd on your own. It's giving you, the product has such a awesome delivery promise, optimal experience, seamless onboarding. When they come to your product, they just download it from the app, Play Store or wherever, and then they just put their website, your mobile name, your company, your name, your mobile number, and everything. You set it, your profile is set. Then it shows you all the promises or all the kind of services. You clicked on the services, you read it, you book it. Then you see the slot when you want this to be delivered and everything, right? So it takes you seamless user design experience. Navigation is so flawless, clear value, clear flow, how you have to navigate. No one tells you, no training needed. This is itself is driving your go-to-market strategy, and it is also self-service. If there is any problem, you can just write that, okay, I was overcharged, and it will give you, money back, or ask you, okay, I will inquire about it and give, and then it will immediately give you that amount back, right? Swiggy, if you are not, if there is a wrong product, you call or the customer care, or there is a customer care number, and the other person comes and they take that wrong product and they give you. It has happened many times with me. They have delivered a wrong product, seeing the wrong address, and then they have taken the product and they have delivered and they have also refunded some places when they are not able to deliver because it's outside their PIN code area. So what I'm trying to say is, make your product in such a way, flawless design, your flow is very clear, your product screens are very clear, purchase is very easy, it gives you all the questions, contextual help, self-service, everything, so that it's on its own can sell, on its own can goes on. You don't need a sales or a marketing strategy separately. Of course you need, but here the main driver is your product. Okay, so this is the product experience that's creating us. So this is very important, and you can do it for your renewal, retention, advocacy. It becomes very easy when you have a product-led growth. Shorter Look has written a couple of product-led growth blogs. If you want, you can see. And in my LinkedIn also, I have written my newsletter. You can read more about different products and different marketing things, so you can know more about it. So you can do that. Okay, now let's move on to the 13th one, building a list of targeted emails. This is also very important. So who are the email IDs? Where do you get it? So you get these email IDs from, let's say you attended an event, you did a kind of a watch party, you did a offline launch party, you did a Halloween party, or you did a big billion, this save the dollar sale party, and you get to identify some customers who are having high intent of buying. What is high intent? High intent is they are using those search words that you are typically using for your product to be found in the search engine results, or in the chat GPT, or in the mobile app, wherever you do, mobile app browser, you type, you see those kind of search term they are using. They are having the budget They are firm, they want to buy the product now or in the near, maybe in 1 month or 2 months. You find those customers from different sources, through your influencers, through your partners, through your own different marketing channels and website, your contact us page, all of those places, your mobile app and everything. You find them and you create this targeted emails, and now you know this user's behavior from your product usage, right? So now you send them before this kind of strategic day that is appearing, your product launch day. You actually send them this email, hey, we want to really see you. It would be a very good experience to have you. And also knowing how did you love it. Please give us, and please be there. You gave some kind of a goodie, let's say $50. We really want to see you. Or the Uber Eat lunch, you give them as a free, right? 500 rupees Uber, it comes free with you. They will definitely come to you, right? So you create those targeted emails, maybe it is small, but it is of quality. Okay, and you will expect sale because they have the right high intent. So that's about it. So Salesforce does it, any company from any industry does it. I talked about Mintra, the Swiggy, they do it very often. Ola, Uber, they do it, right? So that's about it. Now, the 14th one is the nurture leads automatically. How do you nurture leads automatically? So you create a customer automated lifecycle mailer. There are different tools that is available. You can use HubSpot. You can use Bravo, which is sending. You can use MailChimp. You can use Zoho mails and things. You can create when a person comes and they are clicking on a specific sales hook or a call to action button on your website or all other channels, wherever you are in your the social media, wherever, whenever they click on it, they sign and they give their email ID. Either they are signing up for your newsletter or they are signing up for your trial or whatever. You then create on the day one, you create a welcome email. After 1 day, you give a cooling period, you create a second email, and these are all set up on your email marketing automation tool. Very short email, nice design. It can be a text-based email also. It has to have the right call to action. It has to have the credibility and the proof points. Proof points means who are the other customers who are using their testimonials and things like that, so that people know that why they have to convert. Or you can also show the kind of awards and the recognition you have got. Recently, your company was featured as a top 100 company in, let's say, InsurTech, or HR tech, or things like that, learning, all the different things you can do it. But it has to be automated. So if your free trial is for 7 days, think of a 7 email. In India, you can do 7 emails, or along with that, you can also give some push notification. But be aware, if you're a global brand, Europe and US people don't like so many emails. They can blacklist your company. So give some cooling time. Maybe you can think of 3 or 4 emails. You can make little bit longer the email content. Instead of one paragraph, you can make it 2 paragraphs. But it is Chris, when I was in Intuit, we used to do this, and it used to have 55% open rate, and we used to get lot of trial sign up, and 30% of them used to get convert. So what we have done it in LinkedIn India, we did this 14 days of free trial. So we used to send 14 days of email. At the same time, when I was doing it for other outside India, the other Asian countries, and also for US and other countries, I used to send literally less email, and it was more about one-to-one LinkedIn message to create the rapport that I see that you have signed up. This is a tool. It's a kind of a toolkit that will help you know more about Intuit QuickBooks, or this is a Intuit Quick. The accountant online, the another product that we did it, or the MailChimp and Intuit acquired, we did a similar. We identified all the other customers of other products, like MailChimp has a different set of customers, and QuickBooks old product has a different set of customers. So we merged, we came up with a combo offer, and we created a lead automated lifecycle mailer for them. And when we sent them, we sent less number of email for outside India because of GDPR and the personality and giving them that space. But also in India, we also use WhatsApp channel. For Facebook Messenger, we used in US. and in Canada, because their WhatsApp, not many people use it. It's more of a Snapchat, and depends on where your audience is. But yeah, we also used little bit of SMS, and WhatsApp in some cases, knowing the customer who has opted in for WhatsApp or other channel, and we use those kind of things. So we did that, and Grammarly, right? Grammarly gives you every week. I'm an avid user of Grammarly. So Grammarly gives me my score, that how many times I use Grammarly, which are the cases I used it, when I'm writing an email to my partner or a sales or a customer, how I'm using Grammarly, right? And they gave me some kind of additional credit based on which country you have bought. Grammarly has different offer across the country, so you can do that. So that's about the 14th one. And then the 15th one is that do host your own contest. Do this your LinkedIn uh, audio webinar. Do this podcast. Do have your offline contest. Do have your social media organic content, that giving away things like that. These are very important things. I'm kind of giving you few of the things that I have seen the other brands that I've done research, and AppSumo, for example, they were able to get 140K plus subscribers in 10 months, because they promoted their different contests, they promoted different giveaways. I talked about this Amazon voucher. I told about promoting contest means showcasing their brand and talk about their video, right? I talked about Canva redesign contest, where people show the different design, and they created a big video out of it. I'm not sure how many of you attended. Canva really, really, it's one of those brands, very cool, very subtle, very educator or customer friendly, but also at the same time they are doing their branding and the growth happening very well. So yeah, of course, I don't have any affiliated marketing with Canva or any of the brands that I've been showing you, but this is based on my experience. Okay. So yeah, that's about the one. How much time do we have? Okay, we have another 30 minutes. I will just take another 10 minutes, and then we'll get into the question, 10 or 15 minutes from now. So some other growth hacks that we have not covered in the last 15 growth hacks. Ads definitely work when you should give ads. So let's say you are doing a product launch, or you have done doing a overall a kind of a white paper, or you are doing an event where you want the registration to happen, or you have created a report of AI, the state of AI, or you have created a report of product marketing trends, product management trends, and you want people to come and read that, right? So you can give that ads on that, and people can come and click on that. They can download it, so that way it serves three purposes. They come to your website, they you make them do what you wanted them to do, right? Which is the downloading that or registering for the event, or download the report, or you have a calculator on your page. It is another great viral marketing or a growth hacking strategy. Create something kind of a calculator, which HubSpot used, website grader they used. And what HubSpot did, they used to give all these calculator resources, templates free. And through that, they used to get 30% of their leads came from there. So you can do that. And when someone has come to your website, but they have not performed any action, so they have not downloaded, they have not given any query to you, they have not gone to any other web pages, they have not given the contact us form to you, submitted, they have not signed up for fees, and nothing they have done. So when they move from your website to another website B, you show the ad to on that website. I worked for EdiPump as one of their global market. It was based in California. So what we did, when the person is not signing up for a pump one-to-one consultation, or they don't want to buy, they are not buying any pump. When they move from my website to other website, let's say they are into Amazon, or they are into Uber, or they are booking Ola. So we showed, of course, taking permission from Ola and Uber. We showed the retargeting. We call this retargeting. We again retargeted the same user on third-party websites, and then they clicked on it, let's say, and then you bring them back to your website, and you wished the action that you wanted them to take, they took it finally. Then the personalized recommendation, I talked many times. I think when I was talking, you lot of example, Amazon, Myntra, Swiggy, they say that these are the hot food of the day. This is the best popular food, right? If you go in our SaaS many website, in the pricing plan, you see the most popular plan. So it gives you that kind of recommendation, knowing that you are what kind of customer, which kind of company, country, revenue that you have for your company, and then showing the right recommendation. Geo-specific pages, that is another very important thing. Knowing the IP address, you can actually show the specific geo pages. And abandoned cart notification in any B2C, when you are buying Amazon and any other similar kind of a thing, Flipkart, you can use it, things like that, Alibaba and other things. The last but not the least, for growth hacking, if you think that in a day the growth hacking would work, it will not, because you need to take a lot of experiments. You need to do a lot of understanding or hard work of knowing your customers. I told you very important fact that know your customers. If you can tell me 10 minutes talking about your customers and your potential customers, each and everything, like a water, like one family member next to you, your job is done. You know your customer base. So then identifying or ideating, prioritizing which strategy, and then execute it and optimize it, it's not at all, very hard job for you. So your learning should be very firm. And again, it is a overall team effort. Understanding your customer at the same time, look at your experiment data. And when you have done those interviews, experiments, look at the insights, and then you identify based on the insights how will you scale up or do a kind of a small pilot based on the experiments, and find the mix of channels. It is not just one single channel for growth hacking that would work, but it is the combo of different channels, right? Okay, so now, Harleen, poll time maybe for you. I'm just going to the quiz time. You can use chat for this. So I talked a lot about Canva, right? So now tell me this. You also know LinkedIn, you also know Airbnb and Apollo 24/7. It's a health app. Now, how many of you know that why any of you use this app? Can any of you tell me in the chat? How many of you use Canva or LinkedIn or Apollo or Airbnb? Just write in the chat, yes, no. Okay, do you know why they are memorable? Why? So Canva, I told you, right? They use a lot of user-generated content. They use a lot of partnership with HubSpot, FedEx. They do a lot of events, online events. They come up with very cool design. They have created segment for what a enterprise or a marketer kind of a design vis-a-vis a product manager's design, email or website, or a kind of a Halloween day, or the Christmas sale, or different B2B, B2C. They have created different types of design, and they are also have created their app marketplaces, other apps that within Canva that you can identify and upload. Just integrate this and then use it. Icon Scout, for example, and then there are many others. So that's why those are Canva's growth hacking strategy. Whereas LinkedIn, if you know that LinkedIn when it started, how they moved 20 million to 200 million users. They identified one good thing about it, that have you seen in LinkedIn, like why the people who use LinkedIn, they use either to showcase their accomplishment, or when they are moving one company to another company, there is a job change, or there is a LinkedIn job search, or for learning any specific new skill, right? So you use all this, or you increase your network, you join LinkedIn event and things like that. So one thing that LinkedIn identified, that if I need to be the third biggest search engine after Google and YouTube, when people search, they need to find LinkedIn in that search, in the Google search. So people often identify when they search for, let's say, I want to search about Sid Arora, just for example, Melissa Perry, Shreyas Doshi, right? So I go and I search in Shreyas Doshi in Google search, and I find Shreyas Doshi is a product coach. Shreyas Doshi has worked in Stripe and previous other. He is a great product, coach, or who talks about different types of product modeling and the different types of educational approach about it. So I searched Shreyas Doshi and I found LinkedIn, his profile name. So what LinkedIn did, growth hacking, they make sure that without creating in a account in the very initial stage, without creating someone's account, you can create your profile in LinkedIn. And that's the way all the professionals, all the B2B people, they encourage everyone to create their profile. And that's the way when a person is trying to Google out or trying to search by that person name or a company name, they see LinkedIn, either a company page or they see that person's profile page. So that's the way LinkedIn became viral. Airbnb, you all know, right? Airbnb started, giving them the similar experience of someone's house. They are giving it on rent, but you get the similar safety. It's like a home away from home. Yeah, and you can use it for those days, and of course it's cost effective. So Airbnb identified, create Yelp and all those platforms where they started trending about Airbnb, and that's how they became viral. And Apollo 24/7 again, their viral strategy is Apollo as a brand. We know Apollo Hospital, right? We go under now. Further to take that brand amplified, they created this mobile app through which you can not only order your medicine, but you can also use teleconsultation. You can see what are the discounted offer. You can also see what are the, if you are not finding this particular medicine brand, you can also find the similar composition brands, right? So you can find differences. So that's the way. And also Apollo has also tied up with various other partners where the different lab companies where there are some executive health checkup or women health checkup or Father's Day, Mother's Day, specific health checkup, home collection. These are the things are really made them very, very affordable, and also it's like a household name. Everyone is using Apollo. So these are the growth hacking strategies for this brand. And learn, they understood their customers. They understood one pain point, that is the computers are not addressing. Then they did that ideation that what is the most important pain point that I will do it. For Apollo, it is the teleconsultation, ordering medicine, and also home collection. For Geo, I told you. For Canva, giving the other tool design and also identifying different segment-wise design available for marketing, for UI UX researcher, for salespeople writing their email, website designing. So they came and they also create a lot of user-generated content, asking the user to tag Canva, doing that, showing the design that they have used through Canva and things like that. So that's why they made memorable through that. Now, what I would also like to say, I am now typically going to some industry specific case study and what was the viral or the growth hacking strategy that really helped them. I've taken this PayPal. You all know PayPal is one of the biggest payment platform. What PayPal did, they use the referral marketing, and with the referral marketing, what they did at that point of time when PayPal started, the industry standard growth for referral marketing was 15% to 45%, whereas for PayPal referral program, because they gave a very high incentive to their customers, and the customers who had referred to the other potential customer, and when they buy, both get a very high incentive, and through which the referral program gave them an enormous growth of 1,650%. And within 2 years, they got their 1 million users, and in 6 years, they reached 100 million. Okay. So now PayPal, you know it. So here for them, referral marketing, and of course, along with the referral marketing, what kind of marketing strategy when I'm offering under part of referral marketing, that should also work. So it's a combo, and of course, a website, their navigation, the overall the seamless experience, that getting that referral money within that stipulated amount of time. PayPal overall as a product led platform also, these are the things definitely work. So product led growth, referral marketing, and identifying and tapping the main problem, that the referral definitely gives a quality number of people who will come and add to your revenue funnel also, and at the same time you'll also get the more number of customers. So these are the few things work for PayPal. For HubSpot, I have talked earlier, but here HubSpot gave a lot of high quality content, and they also offered freemium tools. They, as I told you, if you still go and search by HubSpot, and then they have a persona also, and a website grader also, and the persona creator also, where you can go and actually see, you want to try your website, how good on the your performance wise, usability, SEO. Then there, for example, social media usage, part of it, any tech things that is off on your website, some of the API integration that you must have, those are the things they were giving it. And through this, they got 30% of their traffic actually came from these premium tools. And you can see the growth that they got. 20 they in achieved the 81% growth in 2011, but they doubled, reaching $29 million revenue. And almost it got doubled in 2012. So 2011 they were $29 million, 2012 that became $53 million, almost double. And in terms of premium tools, other than that, they also started giving this web white paper, toolkit, infographics, all of those things. And they also did a very new thing at that point of time. They, when they started creating their webinar, they also integrated the webinar with Twitter. So how we are going live today on LinkedIn, they also went live through Twitter. So that way they got a lot of attention, and of course they got a lot of user base. And HubSpot today has moved not only as a content general, but it is also a CRM, marketing automation. You know that they charge per user. It's a typical SaaS platform. And of course, they use referral and SEO and inbound. That's on page and off page SEO, both worked. And they also partnered with, as I said, a lot of other players, and giving as a startup kit, scale up kit, NASCOM 10K startups. HubSpot has a very good offer. So you can think of other like innovator or incubator agency or the startup center, where HubSpot has some great offer. So yeah, they do a lot of bundling with Zoho, with being a competitor, but then at some point they are creating a partner ecosystem, marketplace. HubSpot offering there, so they are doing all of this, right? So now I'm showing a health tech case study. This is the Headspace. It is one of the mental app. It's check your mental health. It also gives you the guide. It also helps you to sleep, meditation and things like that. So what are they doing? It was a startup a few years ago, and they got within 5 months they got their 1 million users, and 2019 they got $100 million revenue, and in $3 million revenue they actually earned from 400K downloads of the app in Play Store in 2021. So what they did, of course, it's a frictionless app. Navigation is very cool. Their search and how to do things, the tutorials and the videos and the articles and everything, contextual support is awesome. They actually understand the role of the person, the age of the person, and accordingly they give those type of rain song, let's say, or a mindful meditation music in the morning, or before night, before sleeping, what kind of music you have to play. They also tied up with Virgin Atlantic Airlines, and for them they did a in-flight meditation session. So they got a lot of new customer acquisitions. So they thought, out of the crowd. They did a product personalization for a senior citizen vis-a-vis a workaholic person, or a person who is alone at home, person who has been suffering from depression. All of those things. They created a very unique content, and of course SEO within the app and SEO on the website. Data driven statistics they saw, and based on that they made much more variation in their product, and being adaptable with the time. So if you go to their website, you will find a lot limited offering, but if you actually download their mobile app, you will find a lot more offering. So that's the Headspace. This is the Nika one. Here, all Nika story. Falguni, how she made it possible, and they did a lot of influencer marketing. All those beauty content creator, those celebrities, they created. They tied up with different international brand and made them affordable in India in an affordable prices. They also showed some new cool brands. They also use a lot of omni-channel strategy. They also saw the data analytics of these customers who are coming and buying. They have around 5 million active users per month. And they also, when you go to Nika, you see their user-generated content and the reviews, and it also creates a lot of trust. And they give throughout the year, some or the other day, they are having their flash sales and the aggressive discount, just like, any other marketplace thing. So yes, with that, I took all of this and question time now. You can ask me those questions. I think Subramaniam, I think I have given you this answer when I was talking about all these case study and those stages, right? Please help me that if it has not answered, and I can definitely help you. Okay, guys. So please ask for questions. Please type on the chat, or Harleen, if you have any questions from me, please do ask me. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't received any on LinkedIn, so everyone is requested to put their questions here on Zoom in the Q&A section, right? Subramaniam, do let us know if your question has been answered in detail enough by Sudipta with the case study she just spoke about, right? Query is answered. Okay, great. Thank you for letting
Okay.
us know, Subramaniam.
Thank you so much. So, guys, does it really live up to your expectation? Is this what you wanted from this masterclass? What are the key takeaways for you? How will you really implement? What is the two things that you really want to do after when you are out from this masterclass?
You guys can put that in the chat, or if you wish to share, you can raise your hand on Zoom and I can give you the access to, unmute yourself. So if anyone has anything to add, please do feel free to do so. Thank you, Sudipta. That was a wonderful session. I'm sure everyone here has, gotten some great insights. We'll
Thank
wait
you
for a
so
couple
much,
of
Arvind.
seconds
Yes, let's do that.
until
Yes,
for people to,
correct. Yes,
share
let's
any
do that.
questions or any thoughts. But until then, please do accept this certificate of appreciation from the Institute for your
Yeah,
wonderful
absolutely.
and invaluable insights that you provided us at today's masterclass.
Thank you so much.
The QR code on the certificate will actually take you to a dedicated Hall of Fame page that has been created for you on our website. I will share across the certificate with you over email.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
okay, we'll wait here for a couple of seconds if people want to, post any questions.
Sure.
Um, I mean, I don't think so. As they would have put it in by now. Come on, guys, this is the
Yeah.
perfect time.
Yeah,
Ask
exactly.
any brand-related questions. And growth hacking. Okay, I think we haven't received any questions. I think we can wind up.
Sure. Yeah, so the last thing, guys, I will just, if you want to reach out to me, after this master class, I am available over LinkedIn. I'll just share with you my credentials on LinkedIn. So you can actually email me to my company ID, or you can, just click on LinkedIn. You can just search by my name, Sudiptaa Paul Choudhury. And I have my newsletter also. So let me show you. But never mind. You just search by Sudiptaa. It's TAA, and it's Paul Choudhury. So you can just find me here. And I also have my own newsletter. You can subscribe. I generally there are some 19 or 20 articles specific to marketing and leadership I have written. So you can also find that, and you can actually start using those insights, that you get. I really hope that you use this. A lot of case studies and the tools. There are a lot of free tools also that I talked about. So do use this and let me know how is it going. You can also message me, and I'm also on TopMate. If you require any consulting, I'm there as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Harleen. Thank you so much, Institute of Product Leadership. I literally enjoyed, and a lot of nostalgic moments when I was talking about my previous company experiences and what we did, and in shorter loop what we are doing. In fact, in shortly, we are using all of these growth strategies. Yeah, so would like to see you guys back, and let me know how it went, and any other session that you want me to cover. Take care, guys. Thank you. It's late evening. Take rest, and see you later on some of these channels that I talked to.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Sudipta. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us and giving
Thank
us your
you.
valuable time. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Take care.